What's up, money makers? Looking for the next stock to explode or just want to break one down and see its potential? Well, you've ended up in the right place today. I'm John with Just.Scrollin.Trades, and we're actually doing a day stock today. I just want to get right into it. We're getting into a day stock today that we've been watching. We've been watching RIOT, RIOT. This is the platforms for the new space launch that's going on. And where we've been following this, we've been following it since it was down here. And we've actually been waiting for it to pop off and just to see what we got, to see if it was really going to do something. But now that they're doing the launch tomorrow, we actually had a lot of good information on this earlier that we were looking into that I'm going to pull back up real quick. Let me just grab this real quick for us. But as you can see, it's at
What's up, money
15.57
makers?
right
Looking
now.
for
We
the
had
next
the little
stock to
dip
explode,
whenever
or
it
you
come
just
to
want to
launch.
break one down and
This right
see
here from this
its
break
potential?
from this morning.
Well, you've ended up in the right place today, my friend.
The break from this morning right here, that was our buy-in. Of course, we bought in a little bit further back because we were waiting on the drop for our swing trade. And then, of course, it comes up right here. We had this little tabletop that held everybody up with the uncertainty of the market and the way it's been all morning. Unsure. A lot of people lost money because they sold out on the dip right here. Now, what could have prevented us from selling out to make us feel more comfortable from this dip? A lot of things fall into this factor. But one thing is, we knew it had to pull back because of our volume. Look at our volume, our buy versus sell volume over here. Our buys are 1.7 million. Our sales are 1.48 million. Now we know that the buys are controlling over the sales. But where you have to be careful out, the reason that a lot of people back out and they're afraid and all the things are going on is because of this neutral right here. That neutral can control the buy. That neutral, there's enough in there to control the buy. There's enough in there to control the sale. So what that means is the company itself can control whether if this stock is going to go up or if this stock is going to go down. Now, why would I stay in something that I knew that it dropped down to this line right here and I just bought in? Why would I take the chance of risking more money? Well, that's the name of stocks. But the safe bet of risking more money, of why we stayed in on this stock, is simply right here. It tells you. It's the news. You get in that highlight of the news right here. You see that this is hot. It's happening. This is the thing. This is what everybody's watching. Well, so are the people that's making all that money. Let's see if we get back over here. The people that are making all that money, they already know how to control the market. They just got to know how to control what we do. How do they control what we do? They watch the news too. They don't talk to just their friends. They watch the news because they also know that people like us who watch the news, that's where we're going to base our information from. A lot of people don't have time to break down the financials or go over the company and see what they've been doing. It's very time consuming. And plus it's risk. One mistake can cost you instead of make you, unless you're watching the stocks 24/7. But even right here, 21st, 2024, 10 a.m., this information popped out. And it's just never in it. Whenever it's coming out, that's how they know exactly what we're going to do. Same thing with Bitcoin the other day. Bitcoin mining, stocks, Marathon, digital, RIOT platforms. Clean sparks are rising. What's going on? That was yesterday. That's why the stock blew up today. Bitcoin's going to do the same thing. And now, whenever we follow the news, and now we see, okay, shares being sold, Bitcoin, mining stocks, Marathon, it's sitting here telling you everything that's going on. RIOT down 3.53 plus free alerts. It's giving you the information. Are trading higher. Tuesday, admin strengthened across the border cryptocurrency market. So see, now we know that another market even fired this in the first place. But also the extended news about the space launch. Of course, that's what everybody's riding on because that's what they've seen. So now it makes me ask more questions because are we going to keep chasing this? Are we going to see where it goes? Well, let's back up a minute here. I also saw, let's go to releases. This was February 13th. So this one is the beneficial ownership of individuals. So, this shows us 7 days prior before they gave that information. Now, this is their releases, right? So before they gave out the information on the mission, that they're going to have the space or the launch, they've already got their ducks in a row. They're already doing the beneficial ownerships by individuals. They're making sure that everybody's covered. That way, whenever they launch this, everything's going to take off. We're going to ride it out. We're about to make some good money on this. Even insiders, they haven't given any information since the first. Now, this is Webull we're looking at. Of course, we all know how that information can be, but let's go here where everybody trusts. Let's go to a place that everybody trusts, Get it pulled up over here.
What's up, money makers? Looking for the next stock to explode, or you just...
All right. We can jump right back over here. Market Watch. Well, we saw that information on Market Watch. Let's go ahead. We're going to go back over here. Let's go to trades. Trades. Yep. Not now. Well, now it's not going to let me even pull it up because I've got to get back in. That's all right. Oh, there we go. Here we go. All right, so now that we're on Trade Twitch, we can actually see what's going on in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put in RIOT. Pull up that information. All right, now let's just break it down a little more. Let's see what we got in here. Of course, this is midday. I haven't had time to already do the research. I'm looking into it with you guys. All right. I'm not seeing any more additional information. So and see, they're just giving normal now. But this morning when I looked here, it was telling me how bullish it was. And now it's showing us the fall off already for the riot. So that's great. So now that we know that it is falling down across the stream, it's not just us in our, in our little world of Webull or our little world of Robinhood. It's across the board. The information feels for itself. And if you can ever get that grasp on what they're trying to do, what their goals are, well, the only way you're going to do that is actually diving into the company itself. This right here is for us, but you also got to think, what is this going to be based on? Who's going to need information every single day about stocks? Day traders. Day traders are going to need information flooded in every day. So much misinformation is given or mistaken simply because someone jumps over on a site like StockTwits or Yahoo Finance. They jump in these things. They're trying to figure out, and I get it. Everybody's got to learn one way or the other. But when you're trying to figure it out and you're looking, look here. I just got in. I don't know nothing about it. I don't look at the time frame to see when this message was up. So now this is at 9:33 a.m. I'm seeing here looking for a break, bullish. Okay, well, just like we've seen it so many times in this Discord, people jump in over here on the stock market. Next thing you know, they're jumping up here. They're like, well, this is bullish. Oh, wow, I'm getting in at the best time. Look, the best time. It's already had the drop off, the little pop up. Wow, this is the best time. But what they're not recognizing is they're not asking that person over here that they got the information from. All right, I looked over here. You know what it doesn't tell me? Well, when did you buy in? How much do you have invested? Are you still bullish? Or is your account bearish trying to build its way back out? What is your end goal here? What is the stock market actually doing? Yeah, all this information looks great. It looks wonderful right here. And it gives you that, it brings the emotion into the stock. This right here, just like the Discord, it brings the emotion into the stock. So how do we take the emotion out of these stock? Even if we look at it here, man, I'm getting more confident. I got new two, $16 all day, all day. RIOT. Just scoop up more when it dips to 10. You can. And see, that's good information there. Somebody added that. But you don't always get that information. This person may be at a different level, but now look at the time too. What if they're telling you to get in right now? Let's go back and look at it. We'll pull back up the market. Look here. So why would I want to buy in? I'm going to buy in right now because I'm trying to get that quick dip because I'm trying to make that dollar? No, look at this. We're going to go back down here to the volume. Everybody hears me. I always revert back to the volume. There's a reason for that. There's not enough growth. There's 1.75 million. There is in buys, 1.52 million in sales, and the neutral can control either one with 838. Now, if we go back up here to the average volume is 3 million. Now we're looking at 30. It's got the people in there, but it's not one direction or the other. These are people just watching it, been out, been in, been out, been in, and a lot of the shares could be coming from the company. They could be the free floating stocks. Let's see here, our free floating shares. Where's that? Market cap right there is 2.85. So there's only 2.85 worth, and that is this. That's the free floating. That is the shares that haven't been sealed up yet. Those are the neutrals that haven't been sold or bought. That's what that is. But it shows you what the market cap is. It's just another shark in the ocean. But the biggest thing is, especially with me giving the information out in the Discord, we've got to understand that if we're going to do day trading, then it's right then and there, and it's immediate. If you're swing trading, you've got to know what stock each person is describing. And if you're chasing a stock, you need to understand what the person is chasing it for. Day, swing, long term, a little quick and dip. Are you trying to pull an options move? I see this every day, and like some of these stocks that pop up, it's irrelevant to what I'm thinking. If I'm sitting here and I'm looking in for a good swing trade, but then I have someone pop up with an options trade, well, if I get in thinking it's a swing trade, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to go in thinking that, okay, I'm going to buy in this drop right here, while it's an options play, not knowing, because I didn't do the research, I didn't look into this company, and now it's going to fall out. The bottom's going to fall out. Now I've lost my money because I did not follow up on my research of what I was trying to keep up with. So it's very important that you know who you're following. This right here was a good indication whenever the question arose about RIOT. This was the first thing I saw. Because whenever I looked at it, I was like, okay, wait a minute. We've already had the morning pop on this. You know, we've all seen the market dying down right before lunch. It just seemed like it fell off. And it's been slow all morning. So what's my take on this? What do I'm thinking? Well, in my opinion, I think with everything that's set up and how it's been running all day, I would hold off. I would wait and see if it's going to have another dip, another pullback. That way it can regenerate right here on your MACD and get below the green like it was right here. That way, when it's down here and it crosses, everybody's making money again. When it's up here and it's overhanging, well, it's only got one place it's got to go, and that's back down here. So once we get back down here, we can go back up. That's why I even posted earlier, this is an options suggestion if you want to go check it out. Just throwing it out there. I didn't do the math like I did on the other ones, but I put out, go check it out because I already knew how it was playing because that's one of my stocks, Google. Google had a short little bump in it that you could have made some money on options. I'm not going to play options. I'm trying to stick to what I'm best at, and that's just straight trading. So, but I know how to do options. I know what to look for. I know what to see. And if I'm following the stock anyway, and I can give out that vital information, I'm gonna pass it around. But right here, I want y'all to check this out. Right before we got to this big pop, we were all watching this, and everybody got scared on this one. I mean, and rightfully so. And it was simply because of that pullback. When that pullback happened, even getting a little bump, everybody's like getting nervous. There's not enough volume at this point. If we go down to the 1 minute, if you're really day trading, if you're really trying to pull something out here, and you're in the heat of the moment, you're looking right here. This will tell you exactly what the stock's doing. And the mathematical side would have told y'all, hey, this stock's going to keep going up. There's no way that it could pull back. There's no way that I could lose on this stock if I just keep riding it out. But see, now, if you were in the 1 minute, then you would have seen this. You would have seen this coming. Now, remember, again, this is what, 221, 1236? Let's see if we can find it again. We'll go up to the 3 minute. Now look at it. How stressful would that be having your money in? Understanding your time frames is everything. Now, if I will it out, we're talking about 3 minutes now. We're not talking about what we're used to. We're talking about 3 minutes. Look at this. Look at these hard drops. That's that when I was telling everybody, see that hard candle drop right there? Because all of a sudden you're up here and then you think it's resetting. So now you think you're in the short squeeze. And you're afraid that if you don't get out somewhere before you're buying that you're going to lose money. Of course you are. That's what a lot of people thought right here. You got a double-headed green candle. Oh, well, what's a double-headed green candle? What's everybody think? Oh, that might be top out. We might be about done. But it's still showing bearish. Then the next thing you see was the time frame. That's all what happened right here was just the time frame. It showed you where it was still going up. And then see that candle wick coming down? That's what this is. That showed you that. That showed you that the drop's happening. Now, if you haven't bought in, right here is going to be the time to buy in because this pops up. Then right here, it's showing that it had bears coming back, but they didn't get a hold. The bulls won, especially with the drop. Look where the candle lineup is. Boom, gone. That's it. It's done. You see that? It's lined up. Bulls won. And that's why it kept growing all the way up to here. Now on this pullback here, same thing. Now it went back up. Pull back up. So it told us from the get-go that hey, we're bringing this back, we're reeling this back a little bit, but we're just doing it to pop again. We're not reeling it back to drop because here's what a lot of people think, and I'm one too. This got me for so long. So right here, look how much it changed just by looking in the 1 minute. Let's go to the 2 minute. Let me show you. See how big of a difference it is? But even right here, this would probably be better to show you. So even right here, we're like, okay, she's doing good. No, wait a minute. We had to pull back. All right, no. We're back up. Pull back. Back up. Right here. See that? Pull back. But look at what happened. We had a previous high to a new high. Of course people are going to bail out of that. But look at my resistance line. If it does not break my resistance, then and only then I will not be out any money. If it breaks my resistance, I can do one or two things. I can either move up my percentage for my stop loss. So say if I'm comfortable and I'm like, all right, today I'm only going to do 7%. Instead of doing 15, I'm going to do 7% stop loss. But then I rode this all the way up to here, and now she's having to pull back. I know this happens. I know this goes down. So now I've got to make logical and educated decisions. Okay, well, if I'm in a heat and I'm in a heavy stock and I got a lot of money involved, I'm breaking out the math, just like I've done right here. Breaking out the math, I'm making sure my numbers are right. And until this passes here, I set it at 7%, and I'm pretty confident in this, I'm going to go another 7%. So now I got a safety net. And that's just being cautious. So now that I set my safety net, if this bumps down, I don't question myself. I did the math. I figured out what the resistance line would be. I figured out what the support line would be. Now I don't have to question myself, and now I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to second guess myself anymore. Because now, look what happened. It never broke resistance. Waiting for this candle to see if it broke resistance, it didn't. So here's the time crunches. Is it going to stay above resistance? Are we breaking? Or are we rising above it? It rose above it. So now, and the reason this plays out this way is because, they do this on purpose. what happens is the company will push this stock. They'll push those neutrals in. They'll bring it back down. That way, now they've collected money from you. Now that we got your money, now we're going to sell off more stock to people. And now we can climb that mountain again and do the same thing, bump and dump, bump and dump, bump and dump. It's not about how much you win per trade. It's how many trades you make. That's it. If you start trying to put your percentages in 20, 30% every time, that's silly. That's silly. It now when a trade breaks or a stock breaks out and you're getting in on it, that's different. But that's not going to happen every single time. And sometimes if you get too much in, you may have messed up. This is what you revert back to. It's kind of like earlier when we were having people asking in the Discord, "Oh, should I get in here? Should I get in there?" If I kept saying, if I would have just jumped on me like, "Yeah, you should definitely get in because it's a smoking gun," no, I can't say that. You're just now getting in the conversation. If I tell you that, then you're going to run with that, and that's not the case. Because say this is a prime example. Well, I was having a conversation earlier about this. And say right here, you think this stock is about to hop like no other, right? Now it is at $15.67. Okay? And you hop in, you think you're on the ride of a lifetime. Here we are, we're going up, we're up here to what is it, 1580? So it's 15, I'm sorry. So 1560 to 1580. Now we're up at 20%. And we see this candle right here, the one that scares everyone because we're not sure. Well, if you had done the count, you wouldn't have been scared. But you know what? That's okay because now we're scared. We're not sure what to do. What is nine times out of 10 what people do that don't understand fully what's going on? They're going to hold on, and they're going to see it keep coming down. Well, look, they just bought in right here. We just bought in 20 cents ago, and now we've already let it come back down to 10 cents. Well, at least if I bail out at 10 cents, I got 10%. That's a smart play. 10%, that's a smart play. You got out of there before it went negative. But now say you stuck in again and then you saw this rise. You saw it come up again. What if you didn't know about looking at previous lows? What if you didn't do your mountaintop count and find your dips? Well, exactly what happens all the time. Now that you're chasing it, this is chasing money. You're not letting the money work for you no more. You're chasing it, and it's exactly what the stock market wants you to do, because it allows the rest of us to make that big money where we can keep flooding the stocks and keep it going. Right here though, it comes up. You're like, all right, I'm up 20%. It has this little dip. Now notice this is a little dip, and then it starts pumping again. You're like, oh, here we go. And what catches everybody every time, because you think that third mountain range is coming in, and it's not. It's not there. You've already had the tall tail. And now another thing, whenever you're doing a day trade, look at this. You see your green candles and how you got green candles with no wicks on top, but you do on the bottom? That's the indication that the bears are pulling against the bulls. When you have candles that are straight candles, no wicks, like look right here. No wicks on the bottom. Right there. Until right beside a red. Bear. Boom, boom, boom. Look here. What changed this one's mind? Boom. Little baby wick. Little baby nipple wick coming out. Now you got a double-headed red. Now watch what your stock does. It has its little bump like it always does. And then it falls right back off. Now once once you lose certain aspects in this right here, then and only then determines what happens after that stock. Yes, she had a little bump, but what is the first thing we notice? That little bump, that's a right shoulder. It's hard to see it, but this is a right shoulder. What does right shoulder mean? It means bear market. What happened? Boom. Now you're at a loss. You bought in over here while we were up because you thought it was in the climb, in the conversation, in the Discord, or, multiple people talking about different stocks. You have to understand where that person you're listening to is at. You have to be in the full-blown conversation, or you're down here now because you bought in up here, and now you're down here. Now you're below your buy-in. Now you're having to accept a loss. Now you're going to have to take a loss, get out, and move forward. That's it. That is it. Unless, which many of us has done, we stay in a stock and we wait till it builds back up to where we were at, where we're not at a loss. But overall, in the spectrum of things, overall, are we not at a loss? Everybody on here is working with a certain amount of money that they have set aside or have in their account that they are playing with in the stock market. Everyone does. Now, did you give yourself enough cushion to make this mistake? Did you give yourself enough cushion to make up for this mistake? If you make this mistake because you got your count wrong, it's okay if you can double down coming back. But not only whenever you're coming back, now that you got to build your way back up here to where you bought in at, now you've got to cover your loss. How do you cover your loss? You buy back in, double time. Now you're not only are you paying yourself on the way up, you're paying yourself on the way up, but you're also covering your loss. And it's not worth it. Like, it's so annoying and it's so aggravating doing it that way, and it's so much extra work whenever if you just break the stocks down, you look and see what they're doing and let them tell you your next move. And that's the way it is with the RIOT today. The RIOT, it's got all the right signals, it's got all the right signs. However, what are we dealing with today? A dead market. It's slow market. How do we know it's slow? By looking, I can look at the candle wicks. The candle wicks tell you the market's slow. Look at the battle. Bearish, bull, bull, bearish, bearish, bull, 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 bearish, bearish, bull, bull. We're not even getting good pumps. This is in the 2 minute. Look at the 1 minute. No good pumps. Here's one. Here's one. Okay, all right. See if you got 5 or 6 of those. Look in the past. Look at these big pumps. Big pumps. Oh, okay. Now I got more time to make a decision. Look at this. Little pumps. That means these are less people in the market. Smaller candles, less people are in this. Less people are involved. Bear, bull, bear, bull, bear, bull, bear, bull. Less people are involved. It means it's almost even keel. Look down here. 183, 161. 0.2 difference. 0.2 difference. We are doing nothing but playing against each other. We're literally trying to get the big dog stirred up. That's it. But, if you think about that and you hold your rules, you stick to your wins, you understand when to put in your stop losses, you're going to have it, anywhere from 80, 85% gains, and a 15% loss. I mean, I'll take those numbers all day long. But you got to stop being emotional in the stock. And if you're jumping in and you're asking, hey, what about this, what about that, then you've already lost focus, because you need to just jump in and see where we started at and catch up and be like, oh, I can't buy in this. Because your knowledge will grow just by following. It will. Everyone's does. But should I get in? Should I not get in? I had someone that asked me, should I be getting in on a stock? Should I not be getting on it? I told them no. With high volume, everything looked good, but it was the same thing. This right here is what set up. It set up, well, I get it, but you see those 2 red candles, and it had a hard wick? I know I'm going to get a pump back just from that. So what are we doing here? What's happening? Boom, it fell off right there. Same thing, same concept. You got to put it all together. It's not just one thing leading up to the win. It's everything that comes to the win. You chase the money, you lose the money. You work the money works for you. I'm John with Just.Scrollin.Trades. I'll see you guys next time.